Are the pearl earrings too much? The procedure was successful. Hey everyone, it's Haley. So as I said in my last couple of videos, I'm going to be doing a back to school series, and continuing that series today I am doing a video on the college application process. It was a great deal of stress for me in the beginning of my senior year, and I just want to clear up any confusion that you guys may have about the college application process. So I'm just going to start this off by saying it is September. College applications generally are due like the first day of January. It's September. The only two things I would suggest doing, like that you should really do this month: one, talking to at least 2 teachers and at least 2 adult people outside of schools, and saying, hey, I'm going to need a letter of recommendation in the near future. You don't need to get the letter of recommendation right now, unless like you're applying to a college that is early on, but we'll talk later about like kind of timeline and when colleges are applications are due. Which brings me to my second point, which is to get a better idea of which colleges you're going to be applying to. My suggestion would be to if there are like, let's say there's like 10 colleges that you're like, yeah, I want to apply to these, but you're only certain about 7 of them, and then the other 3 you're like, I kind of don't know if I want to apply to them. Just add them on your list anyways, because it's much easier to cancel an application last minute and like not pay for it or whatever than it is to add it once you're like already through the process. So this brings me again to my next point, which is what the Common Application is. So the Common App is basically just this one giant college application. Most colleges use this as their way for you to apply to their university, and it makes everything easier because you just go to one website, fill out one application, and then for like all of your colleges, and that's just like general information. Like, and then each of the individual colleges, they'll each have their own specific writing requirements, but they all have the same like application of general information. But those are the only real like individual requirements. The rest is all one unified application. Most of the colleges that use the Common App don't have their applications due until early January. The earliest that I had was at the end of November. Keep in mind when the due dates are. So fast forward through like October and November and stuff, you've requested your letters of recommendation, you have your college list, you're like good to go. October, November, if you want to, depending on how many colleges you're going to be applying to, you could look up the essay questions, like what they're going to be like. Just look up and know what the essay questions are. If you're applying to lots of colleges, like I'd say more than 10, I would definitely recommend starting the essay questions in like November. I was only applying to 6, so I didn't start mine until winter break, which was like mid-December, and I was perfectly fine. If you're applying to more, then it would definitely be wise to set aside some extra time to do the essay questions. That's all that I would suggest doing for like October, is like looking at the essay questions and like, you know, thinking about responses, and if you have the extra time, maybe even start writing them in November, early December. At like the latest, I would say to actually go on the Common Application, log in, it's super easy, whatever, add the colleges that you want to apply to, and then go specifically to the area where you're going to need references, and add the people that you want to do your evaluation or like your letters of recommendation. So what it will usually do is it'll ask for, I think you can do, most of the colleges I applied to did a maximum of 3 references per like category. So 3 school references, so like teachers, and then 3 external references, so like former employers and stuff like that. You just type in the email address of the person that's doing your reference, and then the Common App sends the thing to them, and they can fill it out at their earliest convenience. This does not mean that you have to do the entire Common Application or submit it. That's why I suggest doing that in like November, because most teachers aren't going to want to do letters of recommendation and stuff like that over winter break. Through external colleges, I wouldn't know, because the 2 that I applied to that didn't use the Common App didn't require letters of recommendation. And then come December, just like the actual like general application is pretty easy. It's just filling in information about you. I think there's like 2 like essay questions on the actual like general Common Application, and then the individual colleges will have their own specific essay question. guys, that was the college application process, at least for me. The Common App makes everything super, super easy. Do not stress about anything right now. It is only September. You have tons and tons and tons of time. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really hope it was helpful because I know that I was really, really stressed about applying to colleges. So I hope that this alleviated some of that stress for you guys, and I hope you guys have a great school year. I hope you get into all the colleges that you applied to, and I will see you later.
Oh, darling, I know you're taken. Something about this just don't feel right. Every time one of us tries to leave here,
On the one hand, I kind of feel like a politician, like Hillary Clinton. I almost said Hillary Trump. Oh my